welcome back to the streamer. Today we're going to be playing Genshin Impact. Now last time, I believe we left off with Nouvelette's story quest. It was actually much more sad than I initially anticipated. I expected his quest to be at least a little sad. This quest is much more sad than I thought it would be. Okay, so basically, after Nouvelette brought the Melusine 400 years ago, brought the Melusine to Fontaine, there was like Melusine hate. I mean, it's as you would expect, but I still didn't like the Melusine hate. And then one of Nouvelette's friends, I forgot her name, she basically sacrificed herself to create peace between the Melusine and their human friend made, basically killed the people that framed the Melusine girl. And then Nouvelette, his friend, had to exile him. And I don't know if it meant exile as in to the Fortress of Meripede or exile as in like outside of Fontaine. Because I don't know how old the Fortress of Meripede is. I don't know. But Nouvelette himself is also confusing just because he says he's not from Fontaine. And that doesn't necessarily make sense because he's the Hydro Dragon, of course. So, but he said he was like born in that form, so he was born in a human form. So is he like a human with the power of a Hydro Dragon, or is he like a human in a, or is he like a dragon stuck in a human form? I don't understand it at all. And it's not explaining it to me, but last time there was also
just walk by?
Oh yeah, I forgot that technically Nouvelette was still with us. What was it? Right, a Melusine was threatened last stream, and I believe we found the culprit because we did find the minions, I guess they should be called. And then they told us their big boss, which is in fact in the Fortress of
Now that I
Meripede.
think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Yeah, Nouvelette's here. Don't forget about me. I'm here too. I'm the legendary traveler and all. I really appreciate you guys noticing me. Man, I'm gonna save your guys' nation, and you're gonna say like, oh yeah, thank you. Anyways, help us with our problems now instead of us helping you. I don't know. Also, I'm a little scared of Sigewinne. She's a little sociopathic from the Archon quest. A little scared. She's still cute, but I'm a little scared of her.
Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink?
I mean, considering they could be poisoned, I don't know.
But thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated,
Ooh.
which means you have to drink up even before that.
Yeah, Paimon.
I'll bring you some tea.
I
sure
got
you'll
my
have a
fruit
lot to
punch
talk
water.
about.
I always have my fruit punch water. Either that or chocolate milk.
Concerned about
Or
everyone's
peach tea,
health
I
as
guess.
always.
I have 3 options.
Why aren't you two saying anything?
Criminals we passed by earlier. Yeah, they noticed Nouvelette.
You noticed them too. The
How could
badges
I not?
they
It's
wore
the
on their
Fortress of
chests
Meripede.
looked
Criminals
quite
are everywhere.
familiar.
Badges they wore.
Familiar.
Wait!
I didn't realize they were wearing them.
Oh, is it the
Well,
badges
both
I'm
you
thinking
say
of?
So let's go ask them about it.
Is it the badges that Nouvelette's old Melusine friend and human friend got for protecting the peace between Melusine and humans? Because the one guy was trying to protect the Melusine by saying she should just give up. He was trying to protect her all that time, and that is so sad because, like, his sister died when he was younger, and the Melusine reminded him of his sister, which was really cute and sad. Yeah, Paimon and I will go. You're kind of a celebrity everywhere.
That's not a bad idea.
Unless you can
I will stay
like,
here
go
and wait
into
for
a
news
different
from you.
form or something. Can I talk to you again? Yes.
I place great trust in Wriothesley, so I rarely visit the Fortress of Meripede. However, exceptional circumstances call for exceptional measures. I hope I didn't cause him too much trouble.
See, all you did was ask for one prisoner, right? Anyways, last time we kind of looked into Risley's files, I guess, and it said that Nouvelette was quiet almost throughout Risley's trial. And I wonder why that is. Were they like friends before Risley became a criminal and then Risley became the Duke? I don't know. It's all really confusing. I wonder what Risley even did to get in here in the first place.
Anything you
He
need?
was a criminal at first. Nope, those aren't the badges I remember. The badges almost look like a pearl. What is that? The badge you're wearing, what is it?
Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
Mutual Aid Network?
What's that?
We have a very long history.
I mean,
going
I
back
already...
as far as 400 years ago.
Oh. Do you?
We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation.
Suspicious.
But everyone treats each other like family. Helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain just dealings as much as possible.
You guys are
Sounds
still
like a pretty neat
suspicious.
organization.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes.
So what
and
do
we're
you
not
do,
especially
then?
powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fortress.
Do the
But
guards like
people
take
won't
nothing
give us a
from
hard
you when
time
you
if we
go into
stick
the
together.
Fortress of Maripede? Or do they at least take weapons? I'm confused by that. Alright. Okay, so
Interested
you
in
are
joining
wearing the
Mutual
same
Aid
badges.
Network?
Mutual
If you'd
Aid
like to learn
Network
more,
from
here's our
400
flyer.
years ago. Help each other, do all you can to further justice, do not detest just judgment. Nice. The above are the 3 principles of the Mutual Aid Network. All are welcome to join, and membership is free. Nice! I like free things! There are no compulsory group events. The Mutual Aid Network encourages members to do what they are able, including but not limited to cleaning, exercising, tutoring, and studying. Like helping studying or like studying? What are we studying? Man, I'm not in school. It is hoped that all Mutual Aid Network members will continue during their time in the Fortress of Maripede. So you're only a Mutual Aid Network in the Fortress of Maripede? That makes sense and it doesn't. Face up to the crimes they have committed, encourage each other, support each other, and welcome the future together. So you're
Our
basically
slogan may have
trying
evolved
to
over the
make
centuries,
people
but
better
our goal has
people,
remained unchanged.
right? But you said it was from 400 years ago. This seems a little suspicious.
Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up anytime.
Was this created by the one guy or was this created by the evil guy? I forget everybody's names. What even is your name? Also, I'm just gonna ignore the event until next week because it extends till next week.
You two look kind of familiar.
I mean, I was in here, and I'm also the legendary Traveler, thank you very much.
It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network designed by our first president.
Who was your first president exactly?
From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for
It's
myself.
from the
though.
guy! Wait, so he was exiled to the Fortress of Maripede then? Medal of Peace? Why didn't Nouvelette just visit then?
The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other.
So, was he Nouvelette's friend? Oh, I just realized there's a close-up of your badge. Oh, that's cute. That actually looks like hand in hand. I like that.
All of us have a lot of respect for him.
Okay, do you know his name?
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Nouvelette.
I feel like it was Nouvelette's old friend, the human friend, that was exiled. He was exiled for murder, even though technically it was revenge. Nouvelette still had to do it because law and justice and stuff, and I feel bad. It sucks. Okay.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
Yeah, we kind of found that your friend made a group of people trying to better peace, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. The people who award the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol and Vautrin.
Yes, that's their names. See, the one that Carol and Vautrin got were... I don't know how to say Vautrin's name. Vautrin. It's said both ways. I don't know. I am gonna say it however I feel like saying it. The one Carol and Vautrin had basically kind of looked like pearls, which is really cute and aesthetic. But this one kind of looks like a fan, almost. A fan with 2 hands clasped.
Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire.
No!
The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
But then where is it?
Oh, so the network was inspired by... Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found Dominico.
Oh, yay, that's fun. Oh boy. Okay, but where did Vautrin's medal thingy go then? It can't have disappeared because Neuvillette said the only one remaining was Vautrin's, right? So it has to be there somewhere. Maybe it's in like the current presidence's or something? I don't know.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
I mean, I feel like Neuvillette should have it for memory's sake, but... I mean, whatever Vautrin wanted, I guess? Vautrin was a good guy, even though he did murder. He murdered for his friend, which was honorable because the people framed her for no reason. Well, I mean, they said the Melusine and Neuvillette was born from chaos, which isn't entirely wrong. They did appear. I believe they started appearing at, what is it, the Cataclysm? The destruction of Conria? So, I mean, I guess that makes sense why they're suspicious of them, but no need to be racist to them. They did nothing. I mean, Vautrin got revenge still, which is nice, not having to do that. I like that Vautrin got revenge, but even still... He shouldn't have been punished. I mean, I understand why he was, but it's still sad. Especially sad for Neuvillette, too. Risley, do you have the guy?
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Dominico.
I like that he paused there.
Why don't you explain everything to him?
Yeah.
Neuvillette?
Yeah, please do. You threatened one of his Melusine. Probably like the king of the ocean or something.
What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Okay, only Zhongli would do that.
Calm down. I merely
Face
want to
the
ask
wrath
you a
of
few
the rock.
questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine?
Neuvillette is so cool! His eyes and his outfit and
Hassan has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
Yeah, your minions are terrified of Neuvillette, and it seems you are too, which is understandable.
Oh, that idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Yeah, I can't believe you did this without thinking of the consequences.
Let me ask this another way.
You didn't even do it
was
in
your
like the
idea to
newspaper
send that
format.
letter, correct?
Yes.
Were you the descender of one of the guys that framed Carol?
Who is pulling your strings?
Oh, so there's a big mastermind. That's what I was thinking.
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
Actually, I've been thinking for a while that there's gotta be someone else behind the scenes. It can't be just Dominico, right? Because Dominico's already been caught. Ooh.
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case.
Ooh, you're in trouble, my guy. Why is everybody's skin glowing?
I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
Oh?
I
He go get a longer sentence.
admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
Your safety? Wow, you must be more terrified of your boss than you are of Nouvellette.
I can do that.
Oh. I'm genuinely surprised.
You see,
Well, actually,
we're
I'm
all
not.
reasonable
'Cause he's
people here.
justice and stuff.
I only intended to do some small business at first.
We're all reasonable
Someone
people
contacted me
here,
about
he
delivering
says.
some goods and
Yeah.
promised me a generous sum of more in
Risley, you
return.
haven't met me that well.
After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial.
So, you did it for money?
But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
Huh? What goods?
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over that?
You're an idiot!
My initial target was
That's
Nervilette.
all I gotta say. You
Everyone
are
in
an
the forces
idiot,
of Meripede
Dominico.
was declared guilty by him after all. So they must
Dominico!
more or less hold a grudge against them, right? If I could get them to strike back.
Huh?
But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me.
Oh, yeah, I wonder why.
That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things.
I'm a little confused here.
I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter,
Approachable
claiming
guards.
that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa.
They're not
I
gonna read
requested
the
that he write a
letters?
threat
Wow,
letter to
this really
Kiara and
isn't
force her
like
to
a
resign
prison.
from the Marechaussee Phantom.
This should be more like a prison, I'm gonna be honest.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
I mean, not even Dominico himself seems that suspicious.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's all I know.
I feel like there's more to it though. There's gotta be something.
Sijuin, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later.
Ooh. Detention center, you in trouble.
So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
I mean, something's still going on.
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
Understandable.
And how long ago was this incident?
400 years ago.
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this.
I don't know. He is the Chief Justice for a reason.
Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
Is it though?
What do you mean?
I mean, everybody did protect the Melacine when they realized that Kiara was being threatened, which was really cute. But they're still criminals.
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing.
Which is
I
adorable.
trust that they would make different choices from before.
That's right. We saw lots of people standing up.
So is there really nothing going on then? It was just a simple threat? I'm confused by this. Does it have something to do with that one faction from Vautrin?
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melazines are a
No,
species
but we still
you
haven't gone
introduced to
in a
Fontaine.
domain yet,
How the
right?
public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you.
In, like, all story quests, there ends in, like, a domain, and then you exit the domain, and then it's just all happy and jovial, that
When
kind
people
of thing.
refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice.
But now everybody thinks you're a celebrity, and honestly, you really are a celebrity. Why are your cuffs bigger than your actual sleeve? I just realized that.
For almost 500 years,
Man
you
is
conducted
skinny.
every trial with
Skinny and
impartiality.
tall.
You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on.
I mean, has he been the Chief Justice for 500 years, or has he been the Chief Justice for 400 years? He just instantly rises from the ground, or water, or primordial sea, or whatever he rose from, And then it's just like, wow, I'm a dragon in a human form. I guess I'm just gonna become a Chief Justice now. It does make sense. I'm not really learning a whole lot about his initial backstory.
People no longer have any reservations about you and even consider you a symbol of the law.
He is a symbol of the law. He is the Eudex.
Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words,
He's a
you've
celebrity.
gradually transformed the whole nation.
Actually, that was Vautran too, because during Vautran's trial, everybody wanted Vautran to be free because they realized that he had killed the people for revenge, for the Melusine. So it could partially be because Vautran and Carol too, which is really cute.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
Yeah, I still don't understand the whole thing with Domenico, but tragedies like that won't ever happen again. Debatable.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I
He
have simply been
says with a
fulfilling my
flat
duties.
expression.
It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The
You are the
complexity of
Chief
human
Justice. You
emotions
are the
and
high
willpower
regard.
far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
Aww.
There's no need to be so
I
modest.
think Vautran and
The current
Carol
state of
deserve
affairs
the
says it
most
all.
respect in all of this.
You're no longer that outsider
No
you were
offense to
before.
Novelette, but
Even if you wish to investigate something
Vautran
on
and
your
Carol
own,
were really cute.
many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts.
Okay,
Now
but
that
I
the
feel
case has
like
been-
something's still gonna go
Yeah,
on,
me
isn't it? Oops. I accidentally skipped it.
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
You and your tea, man! What is it with you and your tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well.
Huh? What, he gives you a cup of tea and now you owe him something?
While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me.
Oh, yeah, that actually makes sense.
The less
'Cause you
time I
preside
spend
over
here,
every
the better.
trial, wouldn't
My
you?
presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
Probably.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have two more things to say.
Insist that he has
Please,
tea or insist
go
that he
ahead.
leaves?
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Right.
I know of what you speak.
Do you know the guard?
The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Ooh.
Well, that makes things a lot easier.
What are you gonna do?
Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild.
You gonna arrest the guard?
Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him
A
to take
chat?
precautions in the future.
Oh, that would be terrifying coming from the Duke himself.
I see no issues with that.
I mean, he'd kind of have to expect an interrogation from the Duke himself after he kind of betrayed everybody, but still.
Great, that's one thing out of the way.
Well, no, he just delivered a
what's the other
letter.
thing
He
you wanted
didn't
to say?
realize he was delivering a bad letter, did he?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
I mean, not really. We just talked to people and asked what it was.
Yep, Neverland thought their badges looked familiar.
How do those badges look familiar? They look nothing alike. Well, actually, they do kind of look alike. But not really at the same time.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the Fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right.
And help other prisoners? Am I getting that right?
I've looked into their founder, Vautran, who once stood trial and was
Vautran
sentenced to
is the
imprisonment in the fortress.
founder. Oh, yes.
According to existing documentation,
So he was exiled
Vautran
here.
remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression.
I believe the Fortress of Meripede would be created like during the time of the previous Hydra Archon as like a fortress for the Primordial Sea. And then some people needed to protect it, I guess? More like shield the primordial sea from coming out, but that didn't make sense because they would turn into more water, making more of a flood. I don't know.
In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
Oh?
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated.
Okay, he said
He
his
appeared to
feelings
be
were
full of resentment.
His
and I
feelings were
believe he had every right to
complicated,
feel that
but
way.
the sad part is when Vautrin left, he didn't say he hated Neuvillette. He just said goodbye, Neuvillette, which is really sad.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
Most likely, everybody puts on an act in Fontaine, apparently.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as
Everybody
superior and
except
subordinate.
Risley, I think.
Vautrin must have known
No,
that the
he
Chief
put
Justice would
on
make
an
an
act
impartial judgment.
technically in Archon Quest.
Thus, the more resentment he displayed,
Everybody in
the
Fontaine puts
clearer
on an
it
act.
would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one. That's all from me.
Wow, make
Does anyone
Neuvillette
else have
feel
anything
even
to say?
more
Now's
guilty.
your
Thanks,
chance.
man.
I don't have anything to say, apart from expressing
Is
my
there
gratitude,
really
that
no
is.
more part of Neuvillette's quest?
Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
I feel like there still should have been more,
Please,
because
take care.
there's always, like, a domain of sorts. Was the Fortress of Meropide considered the domain? I don't think it would be, because we could just teleport into the Fortress of Meropide. We can just go in the Fortress of Meropide whenever we need, apparently. Okay, I guess we're gonna follow Neuvillette. Is there gonna be, like,
That
more?
trial is something I
Can I
rarely bring up in conversation,
Catch up
but
with him?
I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin.
Aww.
The words he spoke in court often
Is it
replay
gonna
in my
start
mind,
raining? Oh, it's gonna
as
start
if
raining!
urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he
Neuvillette.
never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief,
You're
fear,
sad, man!
regret. But this
Oh, it's
blend of
gonna start
emotions has
raining.
led me to finally understand some things.
Oh,
I would like to hear your thoughts too.
he wants.
What do you think of me?
Oh,
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said.
that's cute.
As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler?
I mean, I think that's true. He is the Chief Justice.
Hey, any comments?
What I really think is
She talks!
every trial you've ever judged
Oh my god!
has an impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
Why doesn't she talk normally? I don't like that she doesn't talk normally, but it makes it all the more exciting when she does talk. As the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, what does Sovereign mean? Wait, is he not the Hydro Dragon? I'm confused. A supreme ruler, especially a monarch, possessing supreme or ultimate power. What? So he is the Hydra Dragon. But I'm still confused by him himself. As the Hydra Dragon Sovereign, Neuvillette still thinks of himself as an outsider due to his identity. That still doesn't make sense to me, because he's like a dragon, but he's not? He's a dragon, but he's a human? I don't know. Oh, let me look sad. But so much time has passed since then. Perhaps the lines between him and humans have long since blurred.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption.
You're a dragon, but you're a human. I don't understand how you're a dragon. I mean, I see the eyes, I see dragon features, but I don't understand. Are you, like, stuck in a human form? Or what?
As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself.
Oh.
But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person.
The changes that occurred on you?
These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged
His
as a
eyes are
result
so
of time
pretty!
itself.
I can't with Novelet. He is so pretty!
I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh. Let me. Oh, there's a cutscene! Yes! It's a very laggy cutscene.
Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
Do you realize why it's raining? It's raining because of Novelet. And I realized that these were kind of like his ears. The blue stripes were kind of like his ears. Novelet!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this
Oh, that's
There
why.
go my travel plans.
That's
Did you
why
read
he
the
was
news this
upset.
Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Because when it rains when he's upset.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Oh, and the kid's doing that. That is so cute. I love that. That's really sad, though.
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
Reanimate the what?
The Fortress of Meripede.
Reanimate the what?
It's a good place for me.
Oh? There's siege reading. Oh, and then everybody leaves when it rains. That's really sad, though.
He owes me so many answers.
Novelet!
Neuvillette?
Are you actually seeing these
You
memories,
could say he's the
Novelet?
real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Or Latino.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
Ooh. I mean, he was at first, and I thought he was going to be the main enemy, but he's not.
species possibly coexist?
You suck!
Threatening Melusines!
Not you!
Show yourself!
Oh, I like how it almost
You will
looks like the
see
screen
much
is
in the
red
human
too.
world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long
Is that
enough,
Frina?
you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over!
Or is that the previous
Skies are
Hydro
supposed to
Archon?
clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
But the rainy days were because of Novelet, wasn't it? Oh, that is really cute. I love this. It starts raining, then it stops raining. Oh, and Lumine's laugh too. His smile. He smiled. Oh my god. His smile is heartwarming. Oh, and there's Chlorine, Charlotte, and Navia.
Is the matter resolved?
Oh, right. I forgot that you were, like, personally going into this investigation, too.
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, where's Kiara?
Oh,
At the
yeah, where
Palais
is
Momonia,
Kiara?
more
I
than
completely
50
forgot
people
about the
offered to
Melusine that
protect
was
her.
threatened in the first
Some
place.
even
Why
hid
we're
within
even
the bushes
here.
to look out for danger.
Oh, that's so cute.
I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy, so I asked her to stay inside the palais. It's very safe in there.
Oh, people want to protect her so much that they don't know when the limit is. That's really cute, though, that they're now protecting the Melocene.
What a relief.
The Melocene are really cute NPCs.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Nouvelette, would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
Oh, right! I forgot that Charlotte was following us just because she wanted to interview Nouvelette, because obviously every writer's dream to interview Nouvelette.
That's not how you celebrate.
I mean, that's how she celebrates. She is a writer, journalist, whatever.
I will consider it.
Ooh!
Really?
Nice!
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month.
Next month!
Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
She's just in shock!
Yes! Thank you
There
so
she goes.
much, Monsieur.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Okay, so I guess it really is done. That's... Man, isn't there always a domain in story quests? Maybe it really did consider the Fortress of Meropide to be the domain. Huh. I guess we're gonna meet up with Nouvelette and see what he's doing afterwards? Return to the Palace Mermonia? Mermonia. Like mer people, Mermonia. The Melocene are kind of like mer people. Because I've heard that they're like really good at swimming. They can see things humans normally can't. That type of thing. Oh, she's in Nouvelette's office. That's cute. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, please don't tell me we disturb her. Why is she sleeping standing up, though?
Kiara?
Oh, man, we gotta bug her.
Monsieur Nouvelette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
Oh.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, Monsieur.
I mean, half the time she didn't even know that it was a threatening letter, which is really cute because she acts like a child. Oh, it's adorable.
And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
Again,
Everyone's
why
been
do you
so
call her
nice
Big
to me.
Sis when
So
I'm
I've
bigger
always
than
felt very
Paimon?
safe.
I mean, I get it, it's respect to both of us, but still.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Did she even meet Domenico? Oh, yeah, she did meet Domenico because she was in an investigation with Domenico, which is why he targeted her specifically.
Let me think.
'Cause he was just trying to stir up trouble.
I can't remember.
Oh,
My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things.
understandable. I do, like, every single day.
By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now.
You saw Carol in your dreams?
Where's she
Wait,
gone,
did you
by the
meet
way?
Carol?
I haven't seen her in a long time.
Okay, so Melocene are, like, really, really old then.
In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara, our dreams have finally come true.
That's so cute.
I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
Oh,
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
a delightful moment for Nouvelette, too.
Monsieur Nouvelette, are you happy too?
I mean, it's not raining, so I assume he's happy.
Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now?
Yeah. Because there's people trying to protect her.
I promised to model for Alof.
Of course. Off you
Wait,
go.
didn't you already model for Alof? So I
See you
found her
next time,
suspicious at
Monsieur
first, but there was
Traveler
nothing
and Big
about her,
Sis
apparently.
Paimon.
See you next time.
Oh, I like the color pink that her hair and skin is. Oh, and that's the end of it. Man, we still didn't learn anything about, like, Nouvelette's. Oh, wow. That's a lot. We didn't learn anything about Nouvelette's actual backstory, though. like where he came from, why he says he's not from here. It doesn't make sense. Obtain the reply note. Reply note from Farina? Oh, away for personal reasons, we'll be back in a day. Personal reasons? Oh me, oh my, has our Chief Justice finally come to his senses? Yeah, that seems like Farina. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You should follow my example and go out more often. You need to get to know your people better. Even if something unfortunate happens, you'll still run into lots of unique characters along the way. What do you think? The human world isn't too bad now, is it? That's actually really cute though, because they're like big brother, little sister almost. They're like siblings. I don't know who would be older. I feel like Farina would be older, even though they're both technically 500 years old anyways. Which is weird to think that they're both 500 years old when Nahita's 500 years old and she's like really tiny. Though maybe she's only really tiny because Greater Lord Rukavada was tiny when she sacrificed herself, basically. So then, I don't know exactly why she's tiny, but it's adorable either way. Alright, now, I believe this time we'll move on to... whose quest have I accidentally started? I think I accidentally started Albedo's story quest, so we're gonna do this one. Completely different than Nouvelette's story quest, but whatever. Head to the entrance of Dragonspine. You arrive at Timaeus' alchemy store in Mondstadt one day to stock up on adventuring supplies. Actually, I didn't mean to because I forgot that's where the quest would basically auto-unlock. Got another key. Here you encounter Sucrose, assistant to Albedo the Alchemist. She tells you of Albedo's great talent as an alchemist and hopes you can look for him on Dragonspine and help him out with some ongoing research. Yeah, I actually remember this research, and fun fact, Albedo is indeed not human. I'm gonna show Sucrose because I forgot what she said when we talked to her. Let me change the title of the stream too. One second. There we go. Alright, what does Sucrose say when we talk to her? Because Sucrose is here only because of his story quest. Normally Timaeus would be here. Which, I mean, I don't hate, but I don't love. I wish Sucrose would just stay here. Sucrose and maybe Albedo. I wish we could find other characters, like the playable characters, just randomly around like Sucrose is here. Even just to talk to them once or twice would be really cute. Because you get to, like, pose with them for pictures and stuff. It would be adorable.
My apologies. I
Her
don't really
little
know how
ears,
else to describe
too.
him. If I could sketch you his portrait, I would. But my pencil strokes are no match for his.
Yeah, Albedo's an artist. We'll come to know that. But I wish I had this account... much earlier than I did. Just because, there was a bunch of events that I missed, obviously, since I joined this account at, like, 3 point something, I don't know. Why does Celestia always have to be creepy? There's, like, a 3D version of Celestia now. There only used to be a 2D version, but it's still really creepy. Oh, right, I forgot about Rosaria. Who are you? Wait a minute, hold on, Rosaria. Naughty? Treasure hoarder? No!
Sister Rosaria! So here you are!
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend
Yeah,
to.
I can't necessarily see Rosaria going in for choir practice. But, see, I think she is a sister, because Barbara's the deaconess. I don't know what a deaconess is, but I believe it's just like a higher version of a sister. I don't know. But Rosario was actually raised by treasure hoarders, and then she escaped and fled to Mondstadt, I believe? I don't know her complete backstory, but I know she was raised by treasure hoarders, which is why she's so harsh.
But this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
But Barbara, I wish you understood that you pray and sing to an Archon, yes, but to the most lazy Archon ever that gets drunk at a tavern 24/7 and plays songs for apples.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
See, she is harsh, but I think she's actually really nice, too. She's kind of like Eula, in my opinion, because there was one event where Razor called her big sister, I think. Because they were both taken in by Varka, I believe. Grandmaster Varka. But where is Varka anyways? He set on an expedition like long ago, which is why Jean is the acting Grandmaster, but we still haven't heard any mention of Grandmaster Varka.
But what?
I don't think he's dead.
You're the event organizer,
Nor
aren't
Alice.
you? Do you not find it
I mean,
the least
obviously
bit
Alice
odd?
isn't dead, because we've heard from her before, but... What about Varka?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony.
Oh, no.
Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Rosaria, what are you doing here, though?
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Barbara, I love how innocent you are, but yes, people are like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people.
See, that's sweet, and it's not. You don't make sense, Rosaria. Also, how can you stand on those stilettos on uneven ground? Even Barbara's wearing heels. I can't wear even what Barbara's wearing, I'm gonna be honest. But Rosaria's wearing stilettos! And she's walking on even ground, and eventually to walk in the snow. How?
Don't fret.
Why?
Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was
Why do you always
delusional
look a
enough
little
to think I was
cross-eyed?
gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've got to get going.
Oh, Barbara.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
Yeah, no kidding.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
Ah, yeah, so she's very perceptive.
We better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain.
A dangerous
or a
villain?
trickster at best.
Barbara was talking to her. I don't think she's a dangerous villain.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church.
Also,
you're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where.
Honestly,
Who, you think I'm the trickster?
I don't know where Paimon came from. She came from the ocean from what I found, but I don't believe she's from the ocean.
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
Ah, yes, that was very quiet, Paimon.
And as for this Outlander you seem to be following...
Outlander? Excuse you, I saved your nation.
So it's you.
Well, I mean, saved your nation's defender, I guess. I saved Leeway, I guess, but still. I saved
honorary
nations!
knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping.
That was a long time ago. You just caught us at a bad time, lady.
Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
Sisters can arrest you?
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
Apparently they do.
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
Okay, that's honestly badass though, because imagine being arrested by a sister or deaconess or something. Imagine being arrested by Barbara, the sweetest girl ever. Oh my god.
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Oh, really?
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains?
Do we really have to answer that? I feel like we have to answer that. I mean, we're looking for... We're doing both, I guess. We're not doing this one currently. We're not investigating the truth of this world. We're currently looking for Albedo, but what if I answer this? See, this was actually released very early game, Albedo's story quest. So it might not even matter that these are two different answers. They might not play as two different answers.
But you're only a traveler. I doubt you have any great skill in alchemy.
Yep. So it basically just responded as if I did the first one, so it doesn't really matter in the beginning what answer you choose. I mean, true, but I can have multiple talents. I can cook in the game.
Whatever. I had a notion of who you were seeking.
Because you're following him too?
If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks.
Why?
Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
Yeah, I feel like they're still there. They're just gonna be popsicles.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of
That's
mine.
a lie.
I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant.
You're more like a detective than a sister.
I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Ooh! She's gonna escort us! Yay! We get to be safe!
Zarya said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Since this is pretty early game, we don't even need to use elemental sight. We just need to go to the trackers on the map. Which is hilarious. Although at least they got rid of the treasure hoarders here. Out over there, I'll probably have to outrun those guys. Not entirely surprising.
You
Or
know,
do I?
little
Nope,
pixie,
I don't.
Your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting, actually. Rosaria, can you help me investigate Paimon's backstory?
It's getting colder and
This way?
colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Yeah, she's wearing less than us.
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister.
We can
in
also see the
Savonia's
footsteps.
church than Paimon realized.
Man, Albedo makes this trek every single day because he's the chief alchemist. Going from chief justice to chief alchemist. Wow. Chief alchemist, chief artist? Am I going the right way? I am, right? Am I not? Do I have to go down here somewhere? I don't want to use elemental sight. I want to show that you can do this without elemental sight. Do I need to go down here? Oh, I do. There's more footprints down here. Oh, right. I forgot about this. Right, because he's not going to be at his campsite right now. That's Albedo. He used to have fluffier hair.
Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
I don't know why they got rid of his fluffier hair.
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape.
Yeah, even if it's freezing cold.
The views and scenery here are pretty good.
Why
Potential
did
paintings
Venti
everywhere you
not,
look.
like, capsize, Dragon Spine and, like, melt the snow on Dragon Spine? That doesn't make sense. Is it just because of the curse of Durin or whatever the dragon is called here? The dead dragon? See, it's a dead dragon, but his heart still works, which is actually really creepy. I'll show that after this, probably. I don't understand why that is, why Venti didn't get rid of this mountain like he got rid of most mountains in Mondstadt, but most mountains thrown at him by Zhongli, which is actually pretty funny because it is said that archons cannot coexist with each other, even though technically some archons did, like Ain Makoto, for example. But maybe he didn't get rid of it because it's too close to well, he can't get rid of it now because obviously it's said that the Archon has been gone for forever. Because he's the Archon of Freedom, of course. But maybe it's just because Dragonspine is too close to Liyue, even though technically it's still a part of Mondstadt? I don't understand it.
But can't he see those hilly churls? Isn't he in danger?
I mean, those hilly churls don't see him, apparently. Oh, but they see us. Of course they do.
Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
Oh, yeah, so threatening.
Who
I'm so
are you?
scared.
Why did you alarm them?
They
Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly churls unfinished.
You were painting hilly churls?
What's up with painting hilly churls?
Why were you behind the hilly churls?
I'm afraid
instead
the answer
of where
isn't
we
easy to
were?
explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
I like that. But I like that Albedo's eyes kind of looks like the galaxy. I'll show in a second. Nice!
Wow, look at the detail. But
I mean,
some
Albedo's
of
not
it
human in
seems
the
to have
first
been done in a
place.
hurry.
He was created from, I want to say, another alchemist. That's basically like either the sister or friend of Alice, Clee's mom, which is why Albedo and Clea are referred to as siblings, but technically I feel like they would be cousins. He's not human because technically he is made out of chalk. He is the Chalk Prince. And I don't know if his quest is actually called the Chalk Prince, but he is made from chalk.
You can find these
Which is
hilly churls
ironic that he
anywhere.
actually draws,
Quite boring,
and
in fact.
he's made
Not
from
worth closer
chalk. And,
inspection.
yeah,
But
it's
take a look at
weird.
this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such
distinct
primitive
force at work?
communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work.
Man,
Evolution,
I can't
the
paint
transition from nothing
anything.
into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Ugh, something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina.
Yeah,
We
you're
found your man.
You're
I'm headed
just
back.
my man. You're just gonna leave me alone. I like that his braids lead back into a ponytail. Oh, she does, but she's just gonna stalk us.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the
Thank
point.
her?
From her words,
You were
it
looking
seems
for
that
me?
you were looking for me.
Who was looking for who? I don't understand.
Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight.
I mean, do I
You've
look
got
like
the whole
anyone
of
else?
Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything.
I've saved
actions
nations.
during
I
Storm
kind of
Terror's
hope the
attack,
whole nations are talking
your
about
elemental
me.
control,
And also not home.
and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip
Just
to the
because
conclusion.
that might put me in
There's
more
only
danger
one
in the
possibility
long
after all.
run.
You came from afar. From another world, correct?
Okay, yeah, you are worthy of your scholarly reputation, I'll give you that, but it's kind of plainly obvious that I'm from another world given my clothing, though I do have, the Tevat flower, I forgot, Intivat, that's what it's called. The flower from Conria on my head. Now that might actually be from Aether, because if the Intivat goes inside of Conria, then, if the Intivat goes inside of Conria, well, if it's outside of Conria, then it kind of like solidifies, makes sense why it's on my head now. Doesn't make sense why it glows, too. Maybe that's just an Intivat thing. It reacts to elements. I don't know. But, then once the Intivat enters Conria again, then it will wither. So I feel like in the end game, once we get to Conria, if we get to Conria, I believe we'll get to Conria at like the very, very end, which will be really creepy. But once we get to Conria, I feel like this flower is gonna fall off our head, and it's just gonna be really creepy to see without it. Also, are these feathers part of the Intivat? Are they gonna fall off as well? Anyways, you're worthy of your scholarly reputation. I'll give you that.
Excellent. If I could procure
Are
your
you
assistance,
shorter than me?
I think my research would benefit enormously.
Your research?
Forgive me.
His
This
eyes look
must
like
be
the
confusing.
galaxy. They look like planets.
Where should
It's
I
cool.
begin? The essence of life?
Ah, yeah, it's all about life with you.
You want to start
Right.
with that?
I forgot that on close inspection with Albedo, he has a star on his throat. Now, the alchemist that created him, I believe it's called they're called like Alchemist Gold or something. Something like that. I don't know. Just what I've heard from rumor. And from a previous event, there was another albedo. No, there was another 2 albedos. There was one imposter albedo without a star on his neck, and then there was one albedo which was basically like a Regisvine, pretending to be albedo, which was really creepy. Not a Regisvine, a Whopper flower. Whopper flowers pretend to be flowers, but that one pretended to be albedo. So they're kind of like albedo siblings. But I think we basically defeated both of the other ones. And then at the very end of the event, Albedo made some type of joke and smile that really confused me. So, do we have the real Albedo with us? It's very suspicious.
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain.
Yeah.
For example, awakening life.
That's his
Breathing new
idle
life into
animation.
fallen leaves.
I like that they include idle animations in the story, too.
You can do that?
I mean, you're made of chalk. I understand why you're able to do that, but alchemy is useful.
However, I have a particular seed in my possession.
I mean,
The
you only
method I'm talking
technically
about has
painted one
produced no
image.
results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world, helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
Yeah, we're gonna be his test subjects.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world.
I mean, I don't know either, because do we have our memories wiped of when we traveled world from world? Because it said that obviously the traveler traveled from world to world before being stuck in Teyvat. Paimon's cape is mesmerizing. But I don't know anything about that. Do we still have our memories from traveling world to world?
But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
I mean, what seed? So, I'm an object of research?
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
I mean, he is a little freaky. What's in it for me?
Mora, knowledge.
Ooh, that got Paimon's
and
attention
the answer
too.
to the question you are seeking. It
Answer
happens
to
to
the
be
question
an
I'm
answer that
seeking.
I can provide. How does that sound?
You know where my brother is?
Time for a change of surroundings. We
That's
should
the
be
question
going.
that she's been seeking
There's
for,
research to do.
like, from everyone. Yep. Rosaria's watching, even though she said she wasn't in for a lecture.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off.
Yeah.
Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess.
I'm not gonna deny that.
I wonder, does this constitute
As a risk to Mondstadt? Why would it constitute as a risk to Mondstadt?
The wind knows me.
I want to destroy this.
Windblade.
Let me destroy this. Yay, I destroyed it! Alright, I didn't need to do that, but whatever. I'm gonna go up here so I can heal. I don't know if I had any HP taken from me. I probably had like 2 taken from me. Whatever. Albedo! Where are your lab rat? Where are your test subject? Why is there like ruins across all of Tibet? Are those ruins from Conria? Or are those ruins because of Conria? Doesn't make sense. Was that a footprint in the snow? I mean, it kind of is, but it's not as intricate as it is with the Sumeru Desert. Like, it doesn't leave footprint or foot tracks, whatever, like the Sumeru Desert, because the Sumeru Desert was the most updated, and they can't like re-update this. Unless it would just take a really long time. Footsteps do fade though. Very slowly.
Time to go.
Alright, Albedo, what are we gonna do first? I'm gonna freeze to death!
Question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
See, this is where Albedo gets confusing, if I remember correctly.
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that.
By
would
flower, do
constitute
you
a big
mean
leap
me?
in my understanding of the essence of life.
I don't understand this.
After awakening, even creation may be possible.
Simple words
Still
for
a
Paimon.
little difficult to understand.
No, Paimon's got a brain.
No, do you?
But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
I mean, he's saying that the journey is more important than whatever it's gonna become. Also, he literally said he didn't know what it was gonna become. What do you mean, Paimon? I mean, I do want to know too, but doesn't seem like you understood necessarily.
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Yeah, you seem to keep Paimon on board. See, that's because he babysits Klee a lot, because Klee, again, is like a little sister and or cousin to him, which is really cute. So he knows how to take care of Klee. Kind of. Either his or Klee's character trailer is like really creepy. Cause, in one of their trailers, Albedo like lifts Klee up with his elevator flower thing, from behind him, and then she just throws her bomb over his head, which is honestly pretty terrifying, especially for whatever creature they were fighting.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child.
Klee!
Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's one of the few non-alchemy related disciplines I'm any good at.
Oh.
The subject of my first research was the elements.
I mean, it makes sense why you're good at alchemy, because you were created from alchemy.
Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person.
I mean, I can manipulate the elements. Also, apparently I can manipulate the elements multiple at a time. I think we only saw Geo and Animo at the same time. But maybe that was a hint to the future that eventually we'll be able to, like, actually get our former power back? Like her almost godlike power where she used to travel from world to world.
How you're able to freely manipulate
She had wings too,
power
not just a
is
wind
something I'd
glider.
like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard. Firstly,
I'm not
do you
from
have
this
any
world.
extra organs?
Extra organs?
A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
None that I'm aware of? I
Fascinating.
mean, please do not get
And
out your
this floating
scalpel
child
to
is
see.
Connected to your body in some way?
I mean, no. I'd be concerned if she was.
What a
Floating
stupid
child.
question. Can't you see the gap between us?
She would get mad at floating child.
And another thing, it's Paimon,
Nope.
not floating child.
Yep, I was about to expect that.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ.
External organ?
Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you.
Are you saying she comes from my body? That's weird. I got Paimon with a fishing rod.
Oh, that rules out that possibility.
She's from the sea.
I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you?
Yes,
But
actually.
that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick.
Ah!
Or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards.
I mean, she just knows Tavad, I guess, but... I don't know. We really don't know Paimon's backstory, I guess.
No, that definitely can't be it.
Yeah, I mean, she is tiny, but it's a possibility. I'm choosing to trust Paimon, and that she's just a little floating pixie, but we really don't know her backstory either. We met an unknown god with white hair, and Paimon's name is close to Primogem, which is close to the primordial one. Also, her outfit looks like the edges of Celestia, which is really creepy, but I'm gonna ignore that.
Hey, how would you know anyway?
I'm gonna guess she's like a floating pixie, kind of like Venti was. Because Venti was an animo spirit. He wasn't the floating pixie, but she might be like one of her last rays or something like that. Or at least from Conria or something, I don't know.
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world.
So I'm the same as them, other than my clothing and elements?
Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in her research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers.
How are you going to experiment exactly?
Firstly,
should I be scared?
This mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area.
How are
Perhaps
you
you'd
going
be able
to
to
lure a
defeat
few
them,
slimes?
using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Are you use the wine or whatever D-Luke created to lure the slimes here?
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
I mean, it does to me.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise.
For his
Naturally,
thesis.
if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
No, thanks.
Slimes are fine.
How would you bring in 6 Oceanids? 2. Also, Oceanids, I don't know what it is. I like calling it Oceanids because that's close to ocean. I don't know. I mean, as long as I'm not being battled around by hydromimics, as long as I'm not being thrown around by hydromimics.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Are they hydro slimes? Or cryo slimes? I feel like, yeah, they're cryo slimes.
Out of the frying pan, into
No!
Hey.
I only have Xiangling, which, I mean, you could still do pretty good damage, but still. No, there's more! I only have Xiangling for Pyro. And if I can just hit it at the right moment, then,
Into the wind.
then I can get Kazuha to equip Pyro to
Windblade.
his stuffs. Equip Pyro to his skill. And burst
Great
sometimes.
work. Did you
It's a
feel
little
anything out
harder
of the
to do
ordinary?
equip Pyro and Hydro to his burst than it is his than it is his skill.
If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready.
I mean, a legendary adventurer, I'd be concerned if I was injured from those slimes.
Excellent.
I mean, I think I was
According to my
technically injured,
observations,
but
the manifestation
not
of the
much.
external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
so I'm just like a normal person in Teyvat then? Other than that, I don't have a vision?
Now that we know
Am I
that the external
technically
flow is
robbing the
manifesting
Archons of their
normally,
power like the
let's
Archons
test the
robbed the
internal flow.
dragons of their power? Wouldn't that mean I'm just basically taking the dragons' power?
Internal flow? How do you test that?
Is there a dragon per nation?
it's very
There
simple.
has to be, right?
I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power.
Oh?
If the elemental power is
You
stored or
extract the
accumulated
elements
physically
from
within
me?
your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
I mean, I have Animo, so will it make my stomach swirl?
Sounds kinda terrifying.
No kidding. You want me to drink some random potion?
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary
Man, I
queasiness.
really am a guinea
no bodily
pig.
injury.
How do you know this?
And in the abnormal course of events?
Thank you for asking for me, Paimon.
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry.
That's not really reassuring, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test.
Okay, so he's gonna be the one to kill me, Paimon. If I die from this, live on and go find Aether for me.
Any other reason, that's a bad sign.
Like a health checkup?
Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it.
I mean, do you need a catalyst user?
It's a type of ore known as star silver.
Do I have star
but
silver?
Unfortunately, not all of it is suitable.
I don't know if I have star silver. I know where it is.
I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders.
Oh, there's some on the way. Nice.
All going to plan. We should be
Would
able
I
to
need to
begin
collect those
concocting
ones
the potion when
specifically?
we get to the campsite.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining.
I like that Paimon worries about my safety. That's really cute.
Let's keep our eyes open.
I mean, I'd be concerned if you kept your eyes closed when I'm drinking the mysterious potion that Albedo seems to trust.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Itty. Hold on. Right as I sprint too. Of course.
This
Really?
one. Usable with
More
a
of
bit
you
of polish.
guys? I should have expected that.
The wind knows me.
There we go. Was that all I needed? No, I need one more. That one. I mean, star silver ore compared to the other ore
This
is
should
actually
be
pretty
enough.
soft.
My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Let me heal first. Oops. I know it's gonna bring me into a cutscene and I want to heal my characters. I don't know if I'm gonna be fighting anymore, but whatever. Where is it? Oh, it's across the bridge, right? Yeah, it's over here. You just randomly found this cave and decided to pick the coldest mountain in all of Mondstadt to set your camp. You're strange, man. Do you get cold? Because I know that A and the Wanderer don't breathe on this mountain just because, I mean, they don't need to breathe, which is actually a really cute detail, but I'm wondering if Albedo does. That'd actually be really interesting to find out. I don't have Albedo, and I don't intend on getting him, but I do believe I have him on a
This is my
really
campsite.
really
I've
old
added the
account.
materials we collected to the concoction.
Basically as old as my, trophy account, I think.
While we are waiting, have a look over here.
What's over here? Ooh, what are you doing, Timaeus? You doing stuff with colors and lines and stuff?
My assistant
What is
Timaeus here
that?
is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Timaeus is your assistant? Honestly, he looks older than you, but considering you're not even human, I wouldn't be surprised if you're at least like 100 or 200 years old.
Hello! I've just gotten hold
How
of
old
the data
are you,
from your
Albedo?
experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Why does it look like the pins were splattered with blood? That's really creepy. I'm gonna search how old Albedo is. I don't know if it's gonna say, but I'm still curious. "18 years old. But I don't think he's 18. Well, yeah, I feel like he would have been created sometime after the Cataclysm, but still, I feel like he's at least gotta be, like, a little older, right?
Whoa! Look at all the data!
I mean, maybe not. Maybe he was a recent invention. I don't know.
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses, perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes.
You think I'm related to the slimes? I mean, Archons, in a way, are kind of related to the slimes because the animal slime flies, the Geo slime has a shield, the Electro slime has two versions, the gold and the purple. The Dendro slime basically summons friends, which actually kind of makes sense. The Hydro slime, I don't know, the Hydro slime can bubble you, I guess? Can bubble you and, like, walk on water? Can Farina walk on water? The Pyro Slime, what can the Pyro Slime do? The Pyro Slime can shoot bullets at you, I think? Is that right? Why am I forgetting what the slimes do now? Cryo Slime has a Cryo Shield. And that's it, I think. So they are a lot like their Archons.
Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements.
I mean, makes sense.
Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a
I mean,
point of
I
entry.
feel like Lumine would
But
be
strictly
similar to an
speaking,
Archon with her
slimes
full
are
power
elemental
combined,
life forms.
but
In other words, beings consisting entirely of the
this
elements.
world took my power,
cryoregis
and just
slime,
getting all these
or even the
elements,
whopper
is
slime
that
might
really
be
gonna
a better
get all my
analogy.
previous power
But
back?
tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins.
The world's
In that
origins?
sense,
How would he
things
do
might
that?
get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
I like that he calls him Sir, even though Timaeus seems almost
After all,
older than
we've got our
Albedo.
primary data already. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world, now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that actually would be something.
It would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data.
He
I'll
wrote
slow
his
down a
drawing
bit next
with.
time.
We have to ask Aether about that, though, if we actually have ties to this world, because that's actually really suspicious. Because we don't know if we have ties to this world. We don't know if Aether has ties to this world. It's really confusing.
Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great, I'll leave you to it.
What about Sucrose? Is she just gonna stay in Mondstadt and guard the alchemy station or something? What are you staring at? Is that the potion I'm gonna drink?
Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you're not ultimately sacrificing me.
In line with my expectations. Ready to drink.
Can I look around?
Remember to keep
Not
calm
yet.
at all times. And breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
I am not keeping calm, my guy. What is that? Timaeus, what do you have to say about
Doesn't
this?
sound very rigorous. Surely there's another approach.
You're trying to figure out what I am? Man, you're creepy. Let me take this. Alright, I'm not sure if I trust this. It's purple and blue at the same time. How can it be purple and blue at the same time? It's purple with... Oh no, that doesn't look good. And it's gold too! It's got the gold background. It's purple and like flaming blue. I don't like that. A potion that Albedo made using alchemy. Despite its unusual color, Albedo insists that the potion will work just as expected. Drinking it should not cause any side effects. Yeah, I highly doubt that, actually. Ignore that, and ignore that. Alright, so Albedo is trying to kill me. Do I have any more wishes? I don't. Well, I have one more, but still not much. Oh, drink the potion. Yippee! Down the hatch! I'm gonna drink this mysterious potion. Do I have to drink all of it, Albedo? Ah, so I'm burning. As if I'm stepping on a
Let the
fire.
show
No, thank you. Albedo, was that like spicy drink or something? Because I hate spices. I don't have a very high spice tolerance. You drank this?
You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to her?
I mean, I feel like it would just be spicy, like he added a pepper in it or something. I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
This was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that.
Positive?
This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort.
Huh?
Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
I mean, yeah, nothing else happened, but it's still suspicious.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
I mean, he wanted us to trust him, which is actually really nice. Why do you only have vials of blue and red? Are you guys colorblind or something?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig.
Out of consideration for the test subject?
But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you.
Thank you for at least considering me.
In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion.
In
As
conclusion,
far
we
as
have our
elemental energy
conclusion.
is concerned,
Nice.
you're no different from anyone else in this world.
Yeah, didn't
Nothing
you
peculiar.
already decide that beforehand?
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Excuse you! You could have drank the potion instead, thank you very much.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety.
Yeah, I could die. I feel like you're referring to something in particular. Are you? Oh, he could.
The good thing about ordinary is that everything
Yep,
is an
he is
object of
definitely
reference,
referring
and
to
everyone
something
understands
else.
you.
His eyes look like the galaxy.
People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick,
I feel
the
like
doctor
Alchemist
can
Gold
diagnose
would be
you
from
because they
Kanya
are you.
because
When something goes
Albedo
wrong,
doesn't have
you
stars
can
in
ask
his
people
eyes,
who've made the same mistake for their
but he
experience
does have a lot of
because you are
stars
them.
on his body,
But a peculiar person,
specifically on his
they
neck.
don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different.
You basically saying mortal?
For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an eye of the storm. Have I explained it clearly enough?
Yeah, I feel like you're still hiding something from me, like your entire backstory. I mean, I know I technically just met you, but let me know your backstory, dude.
To sum up,
I'm curious.
this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear.
I mean, I didn't before. I don't know why I didn't before, but I'm not gonna now, I guess.
Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Okay, the results of the experiment are no results at all. How is he gonna write no results down?
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it.
He's gotta write like 3 words.
Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now.
Isn't he younger than you?
Oh, having you down as an animal wasn't very precise.
As
of
an
me,
animal?
But starting with the premise of an elemental life form, now that was
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of
Excuse
inquiry.
you?
Whatever
You
the
had
truth
me
of the
down as
matter,
an animal?
I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
I mean, I shouldn't necessarily deny that in some cases, but still, dude, that's rude.
You can count on me,
Even
sir.
in my
I'll extract
presence.
a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up.
Timaeus is a suck-up.
What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit?
Yeah, Paimon, you should know
Mr.
by now
Albedo,
you don't
say
have
something.
a very low whisper.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to prepare something.
Prepare something?
Wait one moment.
Is there gonna be more research? I thought we already figured out that I'm human, like the people from the rest of this world. Why aren't we experimenting on Paimon too? I feel like we should be experimenting on Paimon too, because she's a floating pixie that no one knows what species she is. And she can, like Rosaria said, she can randomly disappear and reappear at random times. I love Paimon and all, but it's creepy.
If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Will do. I like looking at stuff that's not mine. Looks like an alchemy table. Some potions and other apparatuses are laid out here. Are these what Albedo uses to investigate the world? Uses this to investigate the world? Wouldn't hurt to touch it, would it? Well, I feel like it would, but I still want to touch it. I mean, he tells me to do something, I'm gonna be terrified, but if I'm told not to do anything, then I want to do everything. Can I cook things? Oh, I can. Right. Nice. Alright, what is this? The clipboard. A board? It's a board with one single piece of paper. I feel like as alchemists, they would have at least two more, but apparently they don't, because they're just hyper-focused on one subject at a time, apparently. It's apparently color theory. A board with some incomprehensible experimental report stuck onto it. Still, you can tell that the progress is being made on those experiments. Weren't those experiments me? Or is this just like multiple experiments splitting into separate things? Written in the Tavadian language. That may be blurry, but that's still in Tavadian language. You can't understand the Tavadian language. There's actually a voice line where it's like Lumine, or Paimon basically teaches Lumine the language of Tevat, which is actually really cool lore. I wonder what a Vatrix is. Wait. See, the constellations actually refer to something, because you search up what Kaya's constellation is. Let me search it up. Pavo Celis? Let me search up the meaning, because I searched for Pavo Celis, and now it means Kaya's constellation, obviously, but I know it means something. Pavo Ocellis is Latin for peacock's eye, which can also be seen in the quest icon. Clearly. Because his thing is a peacock's eye. Wait. Peacock's eye. Yeah, you show off. No, I actually want to search up the Travelers, because I never really researched much about the Traveler. Traveler from another world who had their only kin taken away. Sad! Forcing them to embark on a journey to find the Seven. Yeah. That's not necessarily going out perfectly? Vatrix. Beatrix. Let's see what that is. The name Beatrix is primarily a female name of Latin origin that means voyager, traveler. Oh, nice! I mean, I honestly expected that, but is that Karina, however you say your last name, is that Paimon? Because I know Sarah Miller Cruz might be a Lumine. But I like that there's also an affiliation, because, like, here it's Court of Fontaine, here it's Knights of Favonius, Knights of Favonius, Knights of Favonius. I have a lot of Knights of Favonius. And there's Dawn Winery. But then she has no affiliation, because she doesn't have affiliation with Tevat, technically speaking. She also doesn't have a vision, which is really cool. It'd be really weird, actually, if a character, I mean, I don't know how you would be able to tell what vision they had from looking around them. Wait, what does it say for Nouvellette? Nouvellette, blah. Ancient Dragon's Authority, Hydra. Ooh! Okay, so it doesn't say vision because he doesn't have a vision around him, which confused me at first, but I just summed it up to my own guess, which was in fact wrong. Now, obviously, Lumine doesn't have a vision, but again, it would be really weird if... Well, first of all, if you wouldn't be able to figure out what a character's vision was, because first of all, there's the background. Second, there's the little thing in the corner. Third, there's this. But it'd be really weird if, like, the character's vision was something other than their normal vision. Like, maybe their vision changes or something. I don't know. Alright, back to the voice line. I believe it's a voice line about languages? I think it's a pretty early one, actually. I'm gonna skip over it, I think. Weight gain? Someone unforgettable about Sarah. Wait.
Has anyone
there's
left
language.
a big impression on you during our recent travels? For Paimon, that's Sarah.
Timmy.
Huh? Why him?
Oh, for Paimon, that's Sarah because food.
His face comes to mind every time I've eaten a sweet madame recently. Really makes it hard to chow down.
Actually, I want to shout out on the Sweet Madame quicker because everybody loves to bully Timmy. Apparently, except Lumine, apparently.
You learn new things so quickly. You've already got such a good grasp of Tevat's language.
You're a good teacher, Paimon.
That's adorable.
Who knows? Maybe the quality of your nasty nicknames will improve someday.
Oof! A burn, Lumine. But, I actually want to review some of these. But, so apparently Tevat does have a language. Now, I'm wondering if that's just, like, talking language, or if that's only text language, or if it's, like, both. I don't know specifically. What about Paimon's species?
What monster made the deepest impression on you?
That's not Paimon's species!
Monsters, huh? Probably ruin guards.
They're not the most terrifying.
Does a ruin guard really count as a monster?
Ruin graders are terrifying.
It's more like a machine.
Paimon thinks that you can call anything that causes us trouble and needs to be defeated a monster.
Okay, I do agree with her,
Just
though.
like how we call anything that can be hunted prey.
Is that so?
She said that so
then,
calmly.
I think I'm finally able to classify you now, Paimon.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Huh.
You can be hooked and reeled in. Therefore, you're a fish.
Okay, but Paimon is a fish that can't swim, though. So what is Paimon actually? Their shelf. A shelf packed with books and potions. Looks like the owner has a habit of reading and researching potions simultaneously. Yeah! I wonder who that is. Albedo?
Albedo! Let's go see
Where is he? Oh. He left. Why is there just this little stand out here? You just feel like, I don't know, painting the scenery and you don't want snow on you? I don't know, that wouldn't really be effective.
I'm back.
I mean, the cave is a little
Did you
more
see
effective
anything
depending on
interesting?
where the wind is blowing. Yeah, your things are very organized, and I honestly expected that from both an artist and an alchemist.
Agreed. I'd love to find a moment to put them all in order. Still, experiments come first. Well, on with the research.
What's the research this time?
There may be
You had
significant
me drink
differences
something? You
between
had me
different
fight
worlds.
something? What different?
Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone.
Avatar The Last Airbender, heck yeah! Well, technically one person in Avatar The Last Airbender and technically Legend of Korra, but I like Avatar The Last Airbender more because, you know, I'm old. Technically they're not visions, but powers. Multiple people were were able to use powers, but there was only one person who could use multiple powers. Oh god dang it, now I'm gonna get the beginning of Avatar The Last Airbender stuck in my head. I can't even sing it because I believe it's copyrighted. Not that I'm any good at singing. Oh god, you did not want to hear my singing. But, I don't know why I immediately thought of Avatar The Last Airbender when he immediately said that.
So, leaving elements to one side, do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't exist in this world?
I mean, I did, but it was taken from me. Like a child stripped of a toy.
I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment.
I mean, I feel like I would be battling slams again, right?
No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around.
Yeah, something different.
Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
Albedo, that's not how things work. Paimon, you give it a go.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
Try it!
That was your best effort? Well,
I don't know
can't be
you're
helped,
capable
I
of,
suppose.
Paimon. I mean, sometimes you want to fight, sometimes you don't.
Have you tried using your elemental power with food?
Huh?
I don't mean for cooking as such.
I mean, some
rather,
food can make you
channeling
powerful.
your power into the ingredients themselves. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with
Do you
proliferation.
have a specific recipe in mind? Because I have a bunch of sweet madams. Which is really nice that I do have a bunch of sweet madams, because before I constantly ran out. I mean, alchemists certainly have imaginations. Can't deny that.
I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising.
Why does my PC move?
Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Sunshine sprat? Do I have the materials for that?
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad scientist stuff.
Excuse you, I thought you liked my cooking.
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
Ah, so you're looking for a free meal.
Paimon bets you're just hungry.
Paimon, you do the same thing.
That does sound yummy, though.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Okay, Paimon approves.
I know what you're getting at.
Good buddies are always on the same page.
That's adorable.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results.
Yeah, of course you are.
If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Wow, I guess we're just having a buffet that I'm cooking.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem.
Yeah, there's no leftovers when it comes to Paimon. She is a black hole.
How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again.
Willpower thing again? First of all, I didn't even try in the first place. Second, that's not possible. Even in Teyvat. Even outside of Teyvat, probably.
Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way. Yeah, just cook it like it's a normal meal. I get that. Nice. Alright, was it a blue thing? Yes, it was a blue recipe. Because there's so much that I skip over it a bunch. I don't have it. Dang it! Now I have to get stuff, don't I? I need to get salt. How long does it take to make salt? Can I make salt? I can't make salt! Salt that I need? Yeah. Okay, so I gotta buy salt. That's perfect. Whatever. I need to spend some of my resin anyways. Not what I meant to do! I like that it goes down, though. I accidentally pressed Q instead of W because they're so similar. Oh, Timaeus is back. Bye, Sucrose, I guess. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. That's all I can do for now. Let me buy some salt from you. I'm gonna buy 50. Just because I'm probably gonna need it for other recipes, but too lazy to actually do those recipes right now. Where is it? There it is. Ugh. I do not like fish. See, in the picture, is that like the small lamp grass? What is that? That looks like garlic. Just a little bulb of garlic, but... Alright, apparently we're Gordon Ramsay now. Perfect. Or a less threatening version of Gordon Ramsay. Do I only need one? I hope I only need one. Albedo, please. I beg of you. Please, please tell me I only need one. It just says cook him a sunset.
That was fast.
Whatever it's called. What is it called? Sunshine spread. Yeah, I was right. That was fast. That was not fast, Albedo. I had to teleport to multiple
An
places.
average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy.
I didn't know that it was called gastronomy. I thought it was called something different. Whatever.
As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours.
In my world? I don't even know what world I was created or born from.
Unless...
Or where I was born from, whether it's in galaxy or from a world.
Limiting your unique abilities?
Do we even know where we're from? Or did we like forget that or something?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power.
She
into
told
the food.
Paimon in the very beginning that we
than
traveled
adding
from world
herbs
to
and
world,
spices,
so
you
she
know.
does remember traveling, right?
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened.
Yeah, you were just looking for a free meal, my guy.
And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Would she really like...
Woohoo!
She's gonna eat the
Glad
box.
you were paying attention.
You're Paimon's new favorite now.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment.
That's adorable, though.
Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway.
But she still cared anyways.
Hey, you were being nice a second ago. But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you.
No.
And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Imagine if you just said no.
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose.
Yeah, don't forget
anyway, moving on to the
I
next
almost said
experiment.
Albedo. Well, I mean, the other Albedos are kind of like your brothers. But, don't forget about Sucrose and Timaeus. Mainly Sucrose, but Timaeus is there too, I guess.
There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I had the misfortune of misplacing a
Are you
batch.
gonna have us look for something now?
I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract
How
and
the heck
electrohypostasis powder.
did you extract the animal from the animal crystal fly? Electrohypostasis powder? Do we need to fight them?
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Man,
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace
are
them
we
anyway.
looking for the vials or are we gonna fight the
Though finding
monsters?
them would save me the hassle. If you had,
Really?
say, superpower, like night vision or
I
vibratory
give you a
sensing,
free meal, man.
lost
Why do I
property
have to do
would be
this
a
for
thing
you?
of the past.
This is still part of his experimentation.
I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we
Somewhere
better
in the
take a
area?
look.
Well, I mean, I guess we do have elemental sight, though. I don't think that's much different from Teyvat itself, because I've heard that some people do have elemental sight. Don't know which characters, but maybe it's like characters with visions and stuff that have elemental sight? I don't know. I feel like a few people said that elemental sight was rare. There should be some elemental traces on lost items.
Oh yeah, you could use elemental sight.
Like geotraces or animo and electro traces? Maybe both? Albedo! Why do you make me do this? Well, there's that one, and where's the other one? Maybe it wants us to collect this one first.
This
Electro
must be
mark.
electrohypostasis. stasis powder.
No, it's just random electromark. Oh, I like that they actually colored it. Okay, so they might have actually updated these quests. Because I don't remember this.
The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be
Maybe that's
animo
just my
elemental
memory,
energy,
but...
right? This has gotta be it. Still in one piece. Good thing the vial's so strong.
Yeah, I think that was kind of Albedo's intent. So he didn't have to go get
Goodness.
another.
You managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks.
I mean, I have a bunch of crystal flies if you need, but I have the crystal fly cores, so I don't know if that's necessarily what you're looking for. I don't even know about the
This
electrohypostasis
elemental
and whatever stuff.
This is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountain.
Right, I was talking about elemental sight.
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
I mean, visions themselves count as superpowers.
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of.
That's what I was thinking.
Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
Really?
You mean we failed again?
Apparently.
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations.
Wow!
Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment.
I mean, I'm getting mixed signals from this guy.
I have to commend your deduction that the
Is
items would
Rosarian
contain
still
elemental
stalking
traces.
us?
Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning.
How do I get off this train?
In essence, the
Why do we
differences
need to
between
figure out my
humans are
identity? Why
reflected
are
in
we
our
trying to figure out my
intellectual
brother's
and physical
identity?
capabilities. Let's start with physical.
Physical?
Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing?
I mean, I can see Mondstadt, but no. Man, Albedo, I don't have that powerful of abilities. I'm basically like another person of Tevat, just who formerly had power.
And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff...
Why does he look
the one
angry?
over there, could you see her then?
No.
So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain
Why
face
does he
here,
look angry?
and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then could you see her?
No.
Then I shouldn't get too excited.
No, you shouldn't.
Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment.
Why aren't we doing this with Paimon either? Paimon's the closer than Aether probably, but I don't know, this doesn't make sense.
I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Alright. I remember a little bit of this. I think we do like the physical test, then we go like all the way down there, I think? Isn't that right? Why do I have to go up here? It's not fair, Albedo. Why did we even go to that one area in the first place? I haven't done Albedo's story quest in a long time. Can I collect the third one?
One with nature.
I don't know where the third one is. I probably missed it. Whatever. I have Kazuha, so it doesn't really matter. Also, they just disappeared. They kind of look like baby flies or baby crystal flies, which is really cute.
Into the wind.
The next experiment. Do you want me to shoot down this bird or something? Or, like, climb out of the way to the spike? Why does the spike look like that? That's weird. Yeah, I don't want to freeze. Go about, do your thing. Please point at it. Thank you! Sometimes when you aim Goomba, he doesn't point at what he's supposed to, and it's very, very infuriating.
One with nature.
Tomato! What do you need us to do? Why are we up here? Hi, bird.
You want us to jump from up here?
We're not gonna survive.
Not necessarily.
Glide?
Not if you know of a better method, that is.
That's not very reassuring.
Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the
Wasn't
lake.
this timed?
I will factor the time expended
Yep.
and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
Is it timed or are you timing me?
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Oh, yeah, swimming in a freezing lake!
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us.
Why don't you do this just to show me?
Some of us
How
would be
this
unable
should
to
be
stand
done.
the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing.
Who is it that actually finds it refreshing? Eula. Eula finds it refreshing.
No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment.
It actually makes sense
For
that
me,
she does, because
every detail
one, she
is
has a
invaluable
cryovision,
to the
two,
research.
she's cold as a person. This is actually less stressful than the superpower part. Debatable.
Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
Albeda's glowing! Alright then,
Wait a
every
minute.
time
While
we
we're
are
busy
time.
testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Walking down?
Me? Recording data.
I don't
responding to
remember those
risks,
actually.
Providing emotional support.
Ah, yeah,
So
thanks.
if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No.
No.
Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh. Forget Paimon said anything.
I mean, I feel like we'd still lose against him, but it'd be nice to win if it was competitive research. Can I heat up, please? Talk to Albedo about his conclusion. Oh. Much closer than I thought.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, Traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average
I
citizen in
glided
Mondstadt.
and swam, my guy. That's not much. Why does Celestia always have to be so creepy? It's like above part of Fontaine or in the middle of all 7 nations. It's creepy.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat.
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little.
How
But
did
anyway.
you use alchemy to cheat? Did you use the waypoints? How did you use alchemy?
If it turns out that
Alchemy
the
to
natural laws of
increase
Teyvat
your
do not
speed?
affect you, I should be able to make various
that
inferences
should make
about
alchemy
the
very
otherworldly
useful.
civilization you belong to. If the natural laws of Teyvat do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects.
Huh?
The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
But how does
He's getting ahead of himself.
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting.
Are you gonna show me a flower? What else have you researched thoroughly?
I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens.
He's got a
I
flower,
hope you
doesn't
won't
he?
be offended.
Is it his elemental skill that's like the flower? Because obviously his elemental skill and his elemental burst are both like flowers and kind of leaves, I think. I don't know what his burst is. But I know his skill is like a rising flower if you step on it. It's an elevator. But I feel like he's going to show us a flower. I don't know. I haven't seen this in a really long time.
Old, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own.
8
The
times?
essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature.
I have no idea what you're
I'm
saying,
willing
man.
to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost.
Huh?
All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
Basically, life is being life. I guess that's how life works.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly trails? Because you got to see something new and interesting and the differences between them?
Precisely.
I mean, the
To
hilly
quote
trails
my
is
exact words
codes
from earlier,
and
these creatures are,
actions
for the most
are
part,
different depending on the
quite
nation
boring,
and
not worth closer inspection.
not necessarily the nation,
There is
but
precious
just the
little
place
about
they
them
are,
that
I
serves
guess.
to pique my curiosity now.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like some basic draft of a sketch?
Dude!
Of course not.
Yay!
You have been of great assistance to
I'm
me.
not gonna be boring!
And I will remember this friendship for a lifetime. Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence.
Ah, yeah, that's not where I'm the best at, actually. Ooh, maybe we shouldn't do this experiment after all.
Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Yeah, I forgot we were doing this last one. I mean, I knew where we were doing it, I just didn't know why we were doing it. Ooh, yeah, that's not gonna be pretty. For some reason, whenever I go down here, I feel like doing this teleport is just much quicker in my opinion. Oh, yar to you. I don't know why, but yeah, it just seems easier because there is a commission that does appear here. I've just always gone over here. Because I feel like for the other teleport waypoint, you would have to like climb up some areas and then glide down. Yeah, because you would have to go over here and then glide down all the way over here. So I feel like this is much closer. Because there's going to be gliding either way, unless you just want to tumble all the way, but I feel like it's much quicker. Intelligence test. Now, I do remember this pool right here, because that's been locked ever since Albedo's story quest, and yeah, there's a reason for that, but still strange.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels.
I'd be concerned if I didn't.
I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities.
How does this
much
stuff
as we
have
did for the
moss
physical
on it?
test.
It's cold over here. Does moss grow in the cold? Wouldn't a written test suffice? Yeah, I'd rather do this than a written test, I'm gonna be honest.
I'd like you to explore these ruins
I mean,
and
to
return
be
with your
fair, I have
findings.
good decent handwriting when I want, but not when it comes to knowledge.
There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion,
Do I
you
have to
should be able
find the
to activate
puzzles?
the mechanism in the center.
Which will drain the water? You want me to drain the water for you, basically?
As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe.
Ah. So, through and through, I'm a guinea pig. Where there's a will, there's a way, I guess. This is basically like unlocking a chest.
Remember that this is a
Is
test
there
of
gonna be a
intellect.
chest down here?
So should you get lucky in any way, that won't be factored in as part of the test.
Man.
So,
Don't
let's
be
see you in
lame.
action. Start wherever you like.
Alright. I guess we're gonna go over here. Oh no, I hate this! The Sealies go around
It's
in
a complex
circle.
environment, so proceed with caution.
Yeah, I know. The Sealies go around in a circle and you have to time it perfectly. So this one and then this one. Nope. Dang it. Alright, what if I
The wind knows.
do this Sealy and then this Sealy? I've always hated this because it's basically like a time test. Don't lock. No! Oh, come on, I should have gotten you. Come here. Come here. I'm next to you. Hi, do you see? Okay, maybe I'm supposed to walk with this Sealy. And then climb up here and get you. No, that's still too close, right? Yeah, that's too close. Dang it. Oh, come on. I got you.
Into the wind.
There you go. Now, there. There we go. Yes! Finally! I like that it says challenge completed.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Is up to me? Was this whole test up to me? I mean, it's not really much of a knowledge test. It's basically just exploration. I'm gonna be honest, but...
The wind knows me.
Alright, you're the alchemist, Albedo. Where's the other guy? He is over there. Sometimes at a certain angle, the Sealies can be invisible. Now, I believe to get over there, I have to go up here. Why is there a star conch over here? Has there always been a star conch over here? I didn't realize there could be star conches in, what is it, Dragon Spine? I mean, yeah, sure, it's supposed to leeway, but still. Alright, I guess I don't have to go over here, and I just have to leap over. Makes sense. Kazuha's very good at leaping. I realize I can do the bunny hop better with Kazuha just because, I'm not gonna freeze if I touch the water, but I just don't wanna. I feel like I can do the bunny hop better with Kazuha because I need like a taller character for that. Are those star conches? Those are star conches!
Into the wind.
Come on. There we go. Yeah, those are star conches! I didn't realize that they could appear in Dragon Spine. I never realized that. Oh, god dang it, there's more. Wait, where did the enemies appear? What the? Yes, it's also part of the knowledge test. Oh, Gooba, you are useless!
Eat this!
Well, I was planning to use my burst for, the cryo slime, but apparently not. Thanks, Gooba, I really appreciate that. Alright. And then, yeah, you're gonna make me go up here, aren't you? Why'd you make that noise? Alright, I'm gonna defeat you first, just in case Albedo pulls me into a cutscene. Because it may have been updated, but it's still early game, so I don't know, it's still suspicious.
The wind knows me.
See, you have to time it just perfectly to get the pyro element when dealing with like slimes or something like that. But most of the time, I can get it perfectly.
It should now be
right.
possible to activate the central mechanism.
I saw that. This isn't really much of a knowledge
Exactly what
test
will
if you're
happen
telling
when
me
you
what to
do
do.
is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
I don't like that the button isn't centered with the torches. Paimon, you don't really explain much about Teyvat. You say you're like a guide, but you're not really much of a guide? I mean, you're a guide friend?
Oh,
if that helps.
Seems that the water level has suddenly decreased.
It seems like you totally
We should
didn't
be able to see what's in the
expect
water
that.
now. Let's have a look.
There's no chest! There was a bunch of these around
What's
Dragonspine
this?
that unlocked a secret room that basically explained something about Dragonspine or Conria. I don't know, it was really creepy. I feel like I've seen these before. I have!
To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind.
Oh yeah, I totally
They
wouldn't
can be
have guessed
found
that.
all over Teyvat, but they've never
All
given
over
up their
Teyvat.
secrets.
Right, because I found some in, what is it, Dragonspine as well? Not Dragonspine, what is it called? God dang it, I can't think of anything right now. The Chasm, that's what it is.
There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery.
Well, that's probably because the ruins of the Cataclysm, but I don't know if it's ruins of the previous nations or if it's ruins of Conria. Although you do kind of have Conrian descent, you also don't.
Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail
Can I
after
tap
our
it?
research.
I want to tap it.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for once.
I mean, to Albedo, why did I almost call him Kazuha? To Albedo, this is cool results.
Seems like if you want the
Results that
reward,
he doesn't
you
know
gotta
what it
pay the
means. It's cool results.
I've truly gained a lot from all this.
Yeah, and
comparatively.
I give you free
The little
lunch,
reward
man.
I can offer is too small to mention.
You gotta give me a chest of some kind, please.
Let me return to the campsite first.
See,
By the time we get
obviously,
back, I may just have
guess
a
it
fleeting
wasn't
miracle
all
for you to
story
witness.
quests that you go into a domain, because obviously you don't go here into a domain. Take it I passed the intelligence test.
Paimon's kind of looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache.
Where is... what's her face?
Unless you can think of anything better to do,
Rosaria.
let's head back to the campsite.
Hold on.
Not so fast.
Yep.
You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
I'm not convinced it's not dangerous either. I'm gonna be honest.
You didn't leave the mountain?
No, she's a liar.
I most certainly did not.
And I would have
I've witnessed
expected it
everything that you and
had I
Albedo
known
have
it or
been up
not.
to. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor.
I mean, this is still, even to this day, suspicious to me why she's suspicious of him. She's suspicious of him because she knows that he's not, like, not human somehow? I mean, your skin is purple, girl. I don't really think you have much room to talk. What do you mean?
Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions?
I mean, he drank it
participating in
first.
all kinds of strange experiments?
And I don't think he's a magician.
I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were colluding from the beginning.
Colluding? To what? We're trying to find out what I am, lady. We're doing an ancestor test.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
No kidding. I don't think he's a bad person. I was just helping him with research.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Oh,
He could
really?
be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander.
Do you, though?
I'm only concerned with one thing.
Have you been spying on
whether
him
his
more
alchemy
often
has
than we know?
transformed you into something more sinister.
Why are you spying on him only now? Because I feel like Rosaria would only spy on someone she deemed worthy of her to spy on, but I don't know, it's suspicious.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it.
Aha,
Anyway,
you
he
sense
didn't
nothing,
even use
Paimon.
any alchemy.
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing.
Yeah.
In any case,
I mean, you're
I'm
not
about to
wrong.
let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
No!
So, what are you gonna do?
Ban us from Mondstadt? I'm gonna tell your Archon. You came here to be sure, so you must have your ways of assuring yourself.
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that
She
nothing you came
complimented
into contact
us!
with is dangerous,
Yeah!
that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
Yeah, I don't know what these symbols are either.
But we don't even know what they mean.
I mean, are they not in the Tavad language? They look like they're in the Tavad language.
That much
I mean,
is
it's
true.
3 characters, so
Not to
I don't
mention,
know. It could be
seems
like,
like there's nothing more to
paragraphs
them.
of sentences in these 3 characters.
But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy.
You're gonna make a copy too.
This is now a location of interest.
Was it not a
Regular
location
patrols
of
should
your
be set
interest
up here.
before? Regular patrols? Why? You're gonna freeze the poor guys.
Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat.
Yay! We're free to go!
Which is what I was hoping.
Yeah,
I
that's what I was
would've been
hoping
one very
too.
unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime. I mean, it's your fault that you're even here, to be fair.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time.
I mean,
You
I
made a
don't
lot
really
of rash
trust
decisions
anyone.
today.
I'm gonna be honest. The only one I really trust is Paimon, and that's because I'm relying on naive hope that she won't betray us in the far future.
She's gone. So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that.
She's just sensitive! Oh, don't let her hear you say that.
Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo.
Albedo! You won't believe what just happened! We were interrogated by a sister! A because of you, actually. I'm surprised she didn't interrogate you specifically. But alright then, I guess I'm her guinea pig as well. So that's not fun that I got her backlash. It's like getting told off for something you didn't do. Albedo, why?
You're back.
Why you do
Good
this
timing.
to me?
I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while.
What's
Did
that
you
in the
get held up on
potion?
the way back?
Are those the remnants? I saw bubbling for a second. Quite literally by his sister, no less.
I wouldn't worry. She's just doing her job. Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go.
I mean, I'm guessing that I'm probably human.
But the integral preliminary
Not
conclusion
from
that
Tibet,
I can
but I'm
offer
human?
you is you're very much like a human from this world.
Yeah, that's what we've already deduced.
You couldn't tell that just by looking?
I mean, looks can be deceiving, to be fair.
We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Okay, it is bubbling. What is that? Is that just the stuff that I didn't drink?
Please, I understand that this
Must
may have
be.
seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders?
Yeah, considering unknown gods trying to block my path from leaving, I don't know why she tried to prevent me from leaving when I'm gonna cause even more chaos by not leaving Tibet. That was pretty dumb on her part, I'm gonna be honest, but her decision, I suppose. Again, not a smart decision, but she didn't really know me, and she blocked me and then kidnapped my brother and then took my powers and apparently not his powers? I don't know. That's really confusing. Or maybe she didn't let us leave because we're not from this world. Or we are from this world, I mean. I don't know. That's really confusing. She was like the guardian of Tevat or something. Yeah, probably. I ran into an unknown god.
I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss.
I'd be concerned if there was
It's
consequence
arguably a
of
small
talking to
miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned.
Seed?
Under the effects of Tevat's
Not
natural
from
laws,
the world?
it isn't even able to sprout, let alone bloom.
Is it from Conria? It's a little suspicious.
But after I observed you, I had another idea.
Is it gonna bloom in my presence?
Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so,
Well, I'm glad I inspired you by being your guinea pig.
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
See, it is kind of like his burst. Yeah, it's like his burst. It's like a lotus. Pretty.
the transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem,
And then it disappears.
and now to fruition.
It was so short-lived, though.
Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
But the flower died. It was very short-lived. I want to take a
It would
picture
seem
of
that
it.
that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty.
I mean, that
Life's
basically
proudest
represents
achievement.
mortality, I guess.
Paimon thought with all our
So
efforts,
short-lived.
it might have bloomed forever, and it didn't even have any fruit.
Yeah, I feel like they're hinting at some other kind of wordplay here.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can
Oh,
be
now
well
they
lived.
have more papers
A
on
life
the
lived
board.
efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily
that?
one unburdened by loneliness.
It's weird. What is that?
So, do you
gotta look
understand
at
what I
that.
meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
I mean, I haven't withered just yet, but I'm wondering how my brother is because that's why she's in Tevat in the first place.
Things feel a little heavy right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't be sad. You've got Paimon to look after
I
you.
love how Paimon always cheers Lumine up. It's so cute.
Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
I mean, I'd be concerned if we weren't his friend already and we were just his test subject.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt.
Aww.
Your help
It doesn't
inspired
hurt
me
to have
discover the means
friends,
to make a flower
Albedo.
bloom.
So, I'm a helpful specimen? Yeah, call me a specimen instead of a friend like normal people.
I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me.
Aww.
In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again?
Sure, even if you just want company, though I highly doubt you want company because, I mean, you're an artist and an alchemist, so I feel like you would be, I don't know, kind of on your own, other than Timaeus and Sucrose occasionally?
Well,
I mean, I'm an artist myself,
I
so
can
I
count on
understand it.
I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary the results were.
But the results weren't ordinary, were they?
Then what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean?
So do you mean this rocky stuff shouldn't have been there? Am I poisoned? Kazuha, did you crystallize my insides and that's just backwash? He says sediment, so I'm assuming he means this rocky stuff. Rocky blue stuff, not the purple stuff. Not even he knows what it means. Albedo is getting suspicious.
Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined.
Yeah, you're the Chalk Prince. We get it. But why didn't you mention the potion to me?
If one
You just
day
didn't want me to worry?
I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything.
Is that what you meant by your clone? Because I believe in the event his clone tried to kill us. And then he kind of killed his clone? Not the Whopper Flower clone. The Whopper Flower clone honestly wasn't that threatening. But the clone without the star on his neck? That was a little suspicious. I feel like that's what he meant by destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything. Right? Albedo?
Can I rely on you to stop me?
I mean, of course, but you got to explain to me why! How can I stop something that I don't know exists? Why am I out here? I want to go investigate his tapestry thingy. Let me go and investigate that. Can I investigate this? Is this painting just always gonna stay here? The vial isn't here anymore. It's not hidden. Not even he knew what the vial was. I thought I could do something here. Why did it pop up something? Maybe it was just this. Observe record board. What is that? That looks like a almost human body. That looks like a human brain. Maybe that's a walking cycle? I don't know. They're examining color theory. They're examining how the human body works. They're examining walking. Yeah, I feel like this is Albedo just trying to better understand how to draw. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, good research, my guy, but not really helpful in accordance to alchemy? I mean, you might even get alchemy on your paints or something, and that can make you paint different. Though I guess that's what he kind of looks for. Man, he only does primary colors, and those even... Are those the primary colors? I don't even know if those are the primary colors. I believe they are. But I'm very bad at painting, even with, like, different colors, like, already pre-made, like brown, orange, pink, that kind of thing. I'm very, very, very bad at painting. And even though it is a bit early, I'm going to end the stream here, and we'll pick this back up next time. Where on Thursday and Friday we will be back streaming with Skyrim, and I will try to explore more Skyrim tomorrow because I'm free tomorrow. Just because I didn't do any on the weekend, just because I was grinding Genshin so much on the weekend, and I was busy with other life things. And then we would continue with Genshin Monday, Tuesday next week as normal. So, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, or wherever you're on this crazy world, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye!